Hey guys, it's Kelly and I'm here to do a makeup tutorial with you guys. I just recently purchased some products from Flower Beauty. So I have the Light Illusion Luminous Makeup. I just filmed a video on my skincare routine, and one of the things that I mentioned was that a luminous makeup product does definitely help when it comes to dry or aging skin. And so I really thought this luminous formula of this makeup, it says nude skin feel, it's got a broad spectrum SPF of 18 sunscreen, so we're going to see how that goes. I also picked up from Flower Beauty, I went ahead and grabbed their Light Illusion full coverage concealer, so we're going to see how that goes. I grabbed a lipstick from Flower Beauty. It is in the color Rouge Berry Cream, which I thought was like a really pretty color. I guess it's technically a fall color, but that's the only color that I saw that, you know, kind of grabs me or whatever. And then I also have grabbed a new palette from Wet n Wild. I thought this was really pretty. It's the Nude Awakening. Let me see if I can figure out how to open this baby up, because it always takes some sort of act of Congress to get in these things. What I was saying is that I really do feel like that we've gotten so far away from old school YouTube videos, beauty YouTube videos. You know, it's not about the makeup anymore. And I was watching somebody the other day, and that's what they were saying, that it's not about the makeup anymore, and I couldn't agree more. It's just been crazy, you know. But anyway, I was trying to open this because I want to go back to old school beauty. See, look at these colors. Oh, they're so pretty. And I can't wait to touch and see what kind of quality they are. That's not bad. Let's try, I really like this transition shade here. Let's try this. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's very soft. Not bad, not bad at all. Okay, so basically what I want to do is I want to try and do a look for you guys using nothing but makeup products that are from the drugstore. And I did go ahead and get the Photo Focus Coconut 3-in-1 Primer Water. So I thought I would start with that. I just opened it. I'm excited to see how it smells and the way it feels, but it's for prep, set, and refresh. So I'm going to go ahead and spritz that on. I'm always nervous when I spray a sprayer for the first time because I don't know if it's gonna like nail me in the eye. So let's see how this goes. Whew. Whew. Well, it took a couple of pumps and then it got to going. I love the smell. I love the smell. It's very coconutty. It is, but that's a very wet dousing I just gave myself. Whew. Goodness. Oh my. It's not a very fine spray, I'll say that much, but hey, it works. Now, the only thing that I don't have that is really what I need, because I don't think my Maybelline, my Master Prime Primer Base, Blur Redness Control, see, that's not what I'm looking for. I need a pore filling, so this is probably going to be the only place that I'm going to cheat just a little bit, but I have this little sample of the Professional. I've been using that across my nose and in this area here where I just cleaned it out, but I am actually going off tonight and I really need to blur that. So I am going to cheat just a little bit as far as that's, you know, it's not from the drugstore, but I do want to say that I got to have something, and I got to block the pores and smooth things out before I put this makeup on. I really hope this makeup look turns out okay, because I am going out, so I hope that it looks pretty decent when I'm done. And what that does across my lip, and the reason that I put that there is not so much for pore filling, but it helps really block my oils and when I get hot and sweaty and yucky and all dewy and everything. Yeah, I don't want that. Okay, I'm going to, oh, I need brushes. Okay, what I have done, I have been organizing. So got all of my brushes in this box. This is a Smashbox container that I got gosh, I don't know, guys. It's been a long time ago. I got this Smashbox container back in the day with some, I think it was lipsticks in it or something like that. It was a Christmas thing, maybe. I'm not sure, but I'm using it to hold my brushes. So what I'm gonna do is I wanna do a little bit of color correcting. And since I don't have anything other than this one from L'Oreal, it's not my favorite, but we're gonna go ahead and use it. And I'm just gonna kind of go into the peachy color here. And I'm gonna put this underneath my eyes just a little bit, just to do a little color correcting. I do like the Smashbox thing a lot more, but you know, this will do in a pinch. It just requires, you know, underneath my eyes require just a little something to kind of tone down that darkness. I mean, I probably didn't need that much, but I'm kind of fanning it out just a little bit. I just have to do something about that. So let's go in here. I'm just trying to keep it from looking quite so purple and deep. I mean, it is a crevasse underneath there. It is definitely, I'm just trying to fan it out as well. I mean, you know, it doesn't take it away, but it does help the way that it looks. So that if when I look up just a little bit, you can see that the color correction, it hides the color. Now when you look down, you're gonna see the actual crease in my skin. So it's gonna have a shadow there. But if I'm looking straight on, you can see that it's color corrected enough that it helps. So that's that. Now I'm just gonna kind of go in with my finger, just my ring finger. I'm going into this green, and I'm gonna put a little bit on these areas that are overly red, because red does, green neutralizes red. So I'm just gonna kind of put that on. I'm not really sure what kind of coverage this foundation is going to give me, but and does it even say? All day wear is all it says. It doesn't say anything about coverage, so I guess we'll find that out together. But I'm just gonna kind of color correct. I don't normally like these potted things. I prefer like the Urban Decay. Like I've got the Urban Decay green corrector fluid there. That's my choice as far as the green color correction. But you can see the difference that that's made. To see how red I am on this side versus this side now. So I'm just gonna kind of go in on my jawline there where it's most red. And then I'm gonna go in right here in this area. I'm noticing the more that it warms up, the easier it is to work with. It's been so long since I've used this that, guys, I really just I don't remember it that much. Now I'm gonna go in just a little bit to the purple and try to correct this little area here. My horrible looking little, some people call it liver spots, but I've just always called it age spots. So yeah, I'm just trying to lighten this up just a little bit so it's not quite as obvious, and hopefully I'm looking at the mirror. See, I mean, it makes me look like an alien, doesn't it? I tell you what, I have been using, and this is you know, just the Equate makeup removers. I've been using these, guys, and they're really not that bad. I don't mind them at all. They do leave a little bit of a film or whatever, but they're really good for when you're applying your makeup to just, you know, get things off your fingers and that sort of thing. They're really good for that too, but they do the job. I mean, you know, they're not as good as the Neutrogena ones, in my opinion. But I went ahead and bought these because they were cheaper, and I just wanted to kind of see what they were all about. And it says these have vitamin E, and there's 60 in here, so it's a big pack. So yeah, maybe that will work for me. We'll just see. Okay, now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in and start prepping my eyes, because I want to use I want to do my eyes first, and I need to use a Drugstore eyeshadow primer, and my favorite is from Milani. This is great, guys. I love this one. But before I do, I'm going to go ahead and do an old school beauty trick. I'm going to use the tape beside my eyes. Hopefully, while I'm blending, this will help. If I can get it even. You know what I mean? But this is an old school trick, and it works. I mean, it works for me every time. So the trick is just getting that. Even. That's pretty even. I mean, my eyes are not even. So that, considering the situation, that's really not that bad. Okay. And I did not put it on the back of my hand, pull it off, because I have found that with the lotions and things that I have, I guess I need to get that. I thought it was a bruise. That's where I tested that eyeshadow. Okay, so I guess what I need to do is just go in with my eyeshadow primer. I love this stuff. I like that it does have a little bit of color to it. And because it has a little bit of color to it, it does hide some of the veininess and discoloration on my eyes. So there's that. That's always a good thing. But I like to rub this in and get it well dispersed and let it start getting sticky. But any kind of moisturizer on my skin and that sort of thing keeps the tape from sticking well, and then the shadow it defeats the purpose. So I've stopped doing that, and it really does not tug at my eyes near as much as you would think. And obviously this is going to be another long one. You know it is. I don't even know what a short video is anymore, guys. I talk, I move slow. You know, I'll try to edit the best that I can. But I figure, you know what, you can put me on in the background. You know, I can kind of just drone on, and you guys will just listen. I figure that that's what you're doing anyway. I figure that you're just listening to me, and, you know, I'm good for while you're, you know, working around and cleaning your kitchen or your bathroom or whatever it is you do, or you watch videos. I'm good for that, at least, you know. Okay, so I am going to be using this for my eyes, but before I do, I think what I want to go ahead and start with is my brows. And I have gotten to where I absolutely love, this is the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Crayon. Love this. I like it, I think, a little bit more than my Anastasia, my ABH one. It is fast becoming a go-to for me. So it has the spoolie on one end, and then you have the product on the other. So I'm just going to kind of comb through and just lay these things down. You know, I bet you can hear the fan in the background. I bet you can. But guys, you know what? I mean, everything here is temporary. I want you to let me know what you think about the lighting. I have a ring light now. And I've got it on warm light instead of like cool light. And I'm not really sure which is going to look better. I'm hoping that it's helping the situation and that you can see things. The problem is that I don't have a backdrop yet. Now I have a sort of a backdrop for my D&D videos, and obviously you can see that this table right behind me is where I film my planner videos for my other channel. But at some point I'm going to have a backdrop, and I'll also be able to use my vanity lights as a backdrop sometimes too. But for right now, we're making do with what we've got. So I just, you know, kind of roll this up, roll the product up, and I'm like everybody else. I just kind of start at the front with some strokes to fill in, because my eyebrows are almost non-existent. And so that's all I really do. I did this in my last video, so this is not news to you guys. but I'm just going to kind of fill in this bottom. And then I'm just going to do little short strokes across the top. Just like that. You see what I'm doing, guys? And then I comb through it and I add as needed. So let me go and do my brows, and that'll help shorten the video a little bit. Okay, I have on the brows, and they will change as time goes on, but I've just found that giving them a little bit of shape early on, it works better for me. What I will do is I will go in with some NYX brow gel. It's the tinted brow gel that I use, and I'm still using the brunette just because I still have it. You know, I've got a backup even. I did never think that I would really go blonde quite so soon, but I have. Okay, I have my brushes, and now I'm gonna go into this palette. So let's open this baby up and see what she looks like. So I'm going to start by doing an all over, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm not really sure. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do an all over color in this right here, which is called, well, it doesn't have names, so that doesn't help me any. It's just a creamy color that I like to do, you know, all over my lid, no matter what. It's caking up a little bit, but what I like to do is I go in with a skin tone color, and I just put it all over the eye, and it sets down everything. Ooh, it's pigmented, and I feel it hitting. Oh my, I went in a little strong. Okay, let's chill out just a little bit. Okay. But I like to set down the primer that I've put down. Very pigmented, way more than I thought. I'm used to having to really go in at it, and that's with really soft shadows like Lorac shadows, which is what I will use, you know, day to day. So that's crazy. Way more than what I thought to expect from this. Okay, so I'm not gonna go in quite as hard. Okay, let's see if we can get this down without having quite so much all over the place. But yet do the job. Okay. I'm going to stop there. Let me use this to, this is just, both of those are Morphe brushes that I've had forever and a day. Guys, I mean, you don't have to go out and buy new brushes regularly, and some people don't even have new brushes. So, I mean, you know, I would just say, use what you have, and this happens to be a Sigma E40, and I know it's an E40 even though it's wearing off from use. It's just the one I always use. So I'm going to go into this. It's called Transition shade. It's just a really pretty medium brown, I would say. Let me knock off the extra this time. I mean, I've always done that in the past, except for I've never had to do that. I'm gonna sit this down, and I'm gonna bring my, I don't have my contacts in, guys, so like I can't see. But I just like to go in an arch and kind of like little circles when I'm working in my crease. And I do work a little above my crease because I have the hooded eyes. As you guys, if you are from my other channel and you've seen my other beauty videos that I used to upload on my other channel, then you know that I have hooded eyes and I have to kind of work with that. So I just do what I can, you know. But I don't have my contacts in. And without contacts, I can't see that far, or even right there. It's just not enough. So I'm just going to kind of start working through my crease, and I go just a hair above so you can actually see it. And, you know, in an arch, just like everybody else, I just sweep the color on. I'm not being overly precise or anything like that. There's no need to be. I just want to get that color in there. And because I've already put down a base color, it's nice and slippery and very soft, and it glides very easily. There's no dragging or anything like that. So there's that. That's really a very pretty color, honestly. A very pretty color. You can really see right in here and here how much I've got, how bad my wrinkles have gotten. I mean, it's really bad. It's really bad. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this other brush. It is just a more precise blender brush, and it's from Morphe. I'm going to go now into this second transition color, which is this one right here. It's a dark brown. I do like to use this to like define things a little bit more. So I'm just going to start in this outer corner, bring it in just a little bit, just like that. Just kind of tuck it a little bit tighter than I do the first color in my transition area, and I come along that lash line just a bit. But yeah, I mean, that's the way that I like to do it. So these are performing pretty dang well. They're not bad at all. You know, they can get kind of messy because there's a little bit of powdery, you know, fallout kind of situation going on. But overall, these are not bad. Not bad at all. Very pretty color payoff. Yeah, I'm liking these so far. I mean, Wet n Wild has had some really good eyeshadows, but I've been seeing all of the controversy with Wet n Wild lately, and about whether or not that they are truly cruelty-free, and it turns out they've been claiming they are, and they're not, so they've been lying. But I had already bought this. I've been waiting to use it, and I ain't about to let a little bit of controversy stop me from using some good cheap mascara, eyeshadow, base, coconut spray. It don't matter. I'm gonna use it. Because if it's good quality, I mean, they don't test on animals. They do allow China to test on animals. They have, you know, they have to pay the fees for all that and that sort of thing. I mean, I'm going to talk about this a little bit in my next episode of D&D. That's supposing that I do it again and you guys really like it enough for me to do it another episode. But, you know, I just, you know, I don't know what to think about the whole situation. But I will tell you that if you like to watch videos that really are good at explaining things to you, especially the laws, very well thought out, very researched, very knowing about what's going on, really going on, go to the channel Jen Loves Reviews. It's Jen, L-U-V-S Reviews, Jen Loves Reviews. She just put out a video about it, talking all about it and all that kind of stuff. It was very enlightening. So she's a former school teacher too, so of course I watch her. But yeah, I mean, so I just I watched that video and it was very, very informative. And so and blend until your fingers fall off. That's basically really all you can do here. You just have to keep blending. Now I'm going to go back and forth a little bit with my original color just to smooth it out. No additional product or anything, but just, you know, kind of smooth it out just a little bit. Blend these colors together. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, this whole setup, I have to admit, this whole setup I've got going here is very odd for me. I'm just not used to it. I mean, like, I'm not used to this, and that's a lot of fallout. Ooh, that's a lot of fallout. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to go in with another brush. I think I'm going to go in with this for my brow bone, and I think I want to use, let's see, I'm gonna go in with this color right here. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna go in, it's that one. I'm gonna go in with that one. It's kind of a pinky champagne color. I'm gonna put that on my brow bone, and I'm just using a Sigma brush. It's like a tapered, or angled, I should say, angled shader brush. But it should do what I want it to do, which is just not only highlight my brow bone, but also it should help these colors blend a little bit better. I mean, there's an area like right there where it's kind of sticking to it just a little bit. But it's blending decent. I've definitely worked with shadows that are easier. That's a pretty color. I mean, it's a really pretty color. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with a more precise brush, and I'm gonna go into that burgundy color. The burgundy color that I'm gonna be using, this one right here, this one, we're gonna see how it works. I'm not making any promises here, but we're gonna just see. We're gonna see how this works. I'm gonna try really hard to, you know, stay close to the lash line and kind of bring it out so that when I peel this away, I'll have a little bit of an illusion of a wing. Because I'm not doing a wing. Now, I will say, I have the new L'Oreal Lash Paradise, the Lash Paradise black liquid liner. It's really pretty. It seems to be a great product. The problem is user issues, because I just can't do a wing to save my life. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of go against this. Let's see about. Just gonna kind of come along there. And hopefully by staying really close to the lash line, I'll get what I'm looking for. It's just hard when you are older, because your skin moves with the brush and it makes things difficult to deal with. So there's that. And I'm gonna have to use, I've got a black liner pulled out. It's a NYX liner, and I think that's gonna work best. But I want this little pop of color here so that I can kind of smoke it out just a bit. And I can always clean it up with the wipe. But you get the idea. I think it's coming along. It's just about being patient and blending. I've got so much fallout right here. It is crazy. It is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh gosh, yes. I'm gonna have to clean that up and redo all of everything that I've already done as far as my concealer and or color correcting or whatever. So let me see if I can get this. Okay, that's pretty dang close. Now what I wanna do, I think, I want to blend this out just a little bit more. I don't like the way that that is not. There we go. It just took a little extra something to get that out there. Yeah. Just needed a little something extra. A little something. Okay, let me knock some of this color out from underneath here. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull the tape off. We're going to go from there and clean up. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. Wow, what a mess. Okay, so we're gonna go with that. And you can see, I'm gonna clean up underneath my eye. I like that little bit of wing. Okay, well, we'll just go with that. We'll just leave it like it is then. I think it'll be okay because once I go in with my concealer, I think it's gonna be fine. So I will go in with this again on the bottom of my lashes once I've done my face makeup. So let's go get that done. Okay, I am going to go in with this Flower Light Illusion. I am in the color Ivory L2, so we're gonna see how this works. How does it open? Ah, it's a pump. That's awesome. I love a good pump. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just go ahead, I'm gonna go in with my brush for application, and then I have my Pure Cosmetics sponge that I'm gonna go over it just to kind of bounce, and you know, that way I won't have too much of it, the product on my skin. Honestly and truly, if you leave too much product on your skin, it's gonna make you look older. That's when you're gonna get the cake bake look. And I really like this sponge. It's got a really nice slant to it, but it's just a Pure Cosmetics sponge. Really like it. I had a pack of 3 that I got somewhere, God only knows where. I'm just gonna put some on the, let me see how it pumps out. Okay. So I like to just put a little bit, and that way I can really work it onto the skin. And down each side beside my, I'm gonna have to get used to filming these again, guys, so forgive me. But I'm trying to learn how to film again without getting the mirror in the way and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, I like the finish. It's very dewy. It's got, I would say, medium coverage to this point. Yeah, I would say medium coverage. Not bad. Not bad at all. And I can tell that it's buildable, but yet dewy. So that's really nice. Okay, so that's my forehead. And I don't normally put as much on my forehead, but with it being dewy, I was afraid that it was not going to be very full coverage. But I would say it's a good solid medium. So that was Izzy. She just hacked up a fur ball, I think. Baby girl, are you okay? Who knows? Anyway, so yeah, my hair. It could stand some help. Okay, so let's go in with this. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, just going in with this. So just going in with this, and I'm gonna continue working. I like to come down the center of my face first. I love this brush. This is not a low-end brush. It's a It Cosmetics foundation brush. Oh my gosh, it is the best brush ever for your foundation. I mean, like, I like it way more than my Sigma F80. I like it way more than any brush that I've ever used. I think it's awesome. I may have to come back and add a little more to my nose because my nose tends to be kind of red. But so far, things seem to be working well. So let's get this on the cheeks and see how it does with covering all of that corrector. It's kind of a dry feeling. You have to work with it a minute. It's almost like the skin has to warm it up or something. I'm not really sure what's going on there. But I know it's not what's underneath because that's what I always use, which is my Aveeno Fusion drops, and then my GWRM moisturizer. It's not covering this area where I put that. Do you see the redness showing through, guys? But yet it seems, not sure how. I mean, like, there's a lot of people that just love this stuff, but I'm not loving it right now. I don't like that it's pulling off from where I put that color corrector. I don't know if it's the color corrector or if it's the foundation. It's been a while since I've used that corrector, but I don't remember it ever pulling off like that. That's weird. I don't know. Let's go ahead and go in and finish this up on the other side, and then I'll go in with the beauty sponge and we'll just see how things go. It's doing the same thing on this side. It's pulling loose and not covering. It's really just pulling up, and it is a little too light for me. I believe it's not so much that it's light as that it is a little too on the yellow side. It was kind of, it was hard to pick a color. So, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I mean, I can always bronze it up, but I'm looking really closely. It is luminous. I do like the luminosity of it, but it's totally pulled off everywhere that I put the color correcting. I have to believe it's the color corrector, because I've not had anybody else that I've watched apply this have an issue with it pulling away anything, and it's got to be that color corrector. It's got to be. So I think what I'm going to do, let me go ahead and go in with just a touch more on the butt end of this, and I'm just going to do just a tiny little bit, and I think I feel a piece of the brush there or whatever. I'm just going to kind of bounce it right in that area and see if it will cover. Let's just see. Oh yeah. Okay, so it covered it. It's not the best, but that is where I put my blush most of the time to help kind of camouflage even more. So yeah, let me put just a little bit for this side, and let's bounce that out and see how that goes. And if it, yeah, it's covering. I think may have been the brush, but I do believe it was the color correcting that was the issue. Yeah, I think so. This is just not a very neutral color. It's way more, I have a lot of pink undertones, and I usually use just a neutral, but this has got a lot more yellow to it than it appeared, which is fine. I mean, you know, feels like a piece of the brush. Okay, so I'm gonna go in, kind of make sure that everything's okay here. Make sure that I've kind of blended things out just a little bit. I really do like the luminosity that it has. I do like that it's dewy and that sort of thing. It doesn't really slide around. It's just, I think there was something about the combination of this particular makeup with that potted L'Oreal color corrector. I think that they just didn't like each other. So yeah, otherwise I'm pleased, and I will definitely continue to use this just to kind of, you know, on a daily basis, because it is luminous and because that really helps with the cakiness that you have when you're, you know, older and that sort of thing. But yeah, so that's the flower, let's see, the Flower Light Illusion Luminous Makeup. So we're gonna just stop there with the makeup, and we're gonna move on to concealing under the eyes and all that kind of thing. Now we're gonna go in with the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. Mine is in the color Light, which is normal for me. It does, especially in this light, it seems to have a very yellow undertone. We're gonna see how it works. I'm going to be going in with my NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. Yeah, that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use a powder brush, which is just the one that I've been using. I'm going to use that for under my eyes so that there's not any cakiness. And then I'm going to do a little bit of baking here, or just, you know, kind of cleaning up after I do my bronzer. So let's go ahead and go in with this and see how she works. I'll just be using the pointed end of my sponge to smooth this out. I don't really require a whole lot under my eyes. And since it says this is full coverage, we're gonna see. I do like the doe foot applicator. It's kind of like a, it has a little bit of a shape where it kind of bows up a little bit, I would say. I like to bring it down just a little bit. And I like to come down the side of my nose. I tend to blend as much as possible. Down the center on my nose with just the product that's on there. I actually like it. It's very luminous, very, very luminous. I like that. Okay. I make the most horrible faces when I'm doing my makeup. I know I do, but you know. Okay guys, that is the concealer all blended out. You can see how much luminosity. I mean, my skin is just glowing. I mean, it's just really glowing. Okay, so let's go into this loose powder, and I'm just gonna grab a little bit of it on this. Just kind of bring it in to keep it from, just set it and keep it from creasing. A loose powder underneath your eyes just seems to work so much better. I do like my Rimmel Stay Matte that I'm going to be using over the rest of my face, but under the eyes I do like and prefer a loose powder. And this is a really good one. I mean, this is as cheap as you can possibly get, but it's really good. And again, this is my NYC, and it's in translucent, I'm pretty sure. And I just put it anywhere that I do concealer. Since I have pretty much a good glow everywhere, I didn't want to put the concealer anywhere else, because as far as coverage, I don't feel like I need it. With the medium to full, or medium to buildable, I would say, coverage, it seems to be just fine. So yeah. Okay, so let's close this way up. The only thing I don't like is this container, because it doesn't screw on, it just caps on, and then it goes in there, and it goes everywhere. I don't like that. That's the one thing I don't like about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into the rest of the face. I'm going to go ahead and grab my Rimmel Stay Matte, and I like to just take my same brush and I just swirl it around in there and just kind of set the face just a little bit, because if it's too sticky, and you know, this is a really good one because it's really light and you can still see the luminosity underneath, but yeah, it takes away the stickiness that is part of powder, that's part of the makeup. And so what this does is it takes away that stickiness without taking away the luminosity that is underneath. It's just a really great powder for that. Mine's just in the nude beige, which is, I think, pretty much the color that, you know, other than for the deeper tone skin, I think this is pretty much the one that everyone uses. If there's a lighter one, I didn't see it when I was buying this one. I've always used it, and you know, I do purchase the lightest, or I tend to if there's not a translucent. Okay, so everything is now, my hair is in my nose. Okay, I do feel like my face feels heavy. I will say that my face feels heavy. I'm not one to really care if, you know, like care for that. So I would say that that's not one of my favorite feelings when it comes to makeup, because it feels heavier. I can definitely feel the makeup on my face, and it does still feel like it needs to sit. It needs to, you know, like, I feel like I need to keep adding powder, but I can't do that because then I'm really gonna have some cakiness. But overall, I've gotten a pretty good finish, I would say. So let me go ahead and go in with my bronzer, and I'm just going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Mine is just in bronzer, which is, I think now, since I bought this, they've come out with so many different ones. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go in. I've got this Real Techniques brush. It's worn off, so I really don't even know what this is supposed to be. It's the burnt orange, goldish color one or whatever. But it's really good to just swirl around. And I love the smell of this stuff, but I just want to go in and bronze up just a little bit, kind of take it, cut those cheeks pretty good. Because I was going to use my bigger, fluffier brush that I have from Marc Jacobs, but since I'm doing a more affordable look, I decided to go with my Real Techniques brush, and I'm not going to probably need to go in and do that really sharp line or whatever. I think that that'll take away some of the luminosity, so I'm just going to kind of go with this. I think it'll be fine. The Marc Jacobs brush tends to really blow it out a lot more, and you have to clean up more. This is pretty precise application, so not too bad. I actually like this brush a lot, and I do use it. I mean, the Marc Jacobs brush is absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. But is it worth the money? Yeah, that's something that you have to decide. Now, do I love it? Yes. But I don't use it every single time either. I kind of alternate. It depends on what's clean, you know, whether or not it's clean or whatever. But this is the brush that I'm talking about, guys. It is like, yeah. I mean, it is like, it's heavenly. That's the only way I really know how to put it. It's freaking heavenly. But the thing is that I realized that there's a lot of us out there that can't afford it, and I couldn't afford it now. I mean, like, I bought that back in the summer of last year, I think it was. I was able to get it when I purchased the, I've got the Marc Jacobs Fantastic Omega Bronzer. Oh my God, that is definitely worth the money. And I've been using the crap out of that thing. I love it so much. I went ahead and saved up and purchased the brush that goes with it. You know, I mean, I guess it just depends on. I like to go over the bridge of my nose just a touch and on my chin before I come down here. And the reason for that is because I want to have like a little bit of a sun-kissed look. So that's what I do that for. And this is just to kind of give that jawline a little bit of a shadow so that it defines. It also helps soften my pointed chin. Okay, I think that I am done with that. So let's now go in with a little bit of blush. Now the blush that I pulled out is where's my blush? Yes, I did pull one out. It's my Milani Luminoso, the one that I use every day just about anyway, but you can see it is gorgeous. I mean, it is like stunning. I mean, it is just like, it's gorgeous. I mean, that's just really all there is to it. It's an OG YouTuber fave for a reason. I mean, it really is really good. Okay, so let me find my blush brush, which is right here. I love using this hourglass brush. It's expensive, but that is the perfect size for my cheeks. And I just like to kind of put a little bit and then I bring it back. It's sort of like the shape of a teardrop, if that makes sense. And it does help cover the redness in my cheeks because the redness in my cheeks is right there. So it, you know, it helps cover it just a good bit. It kind of, you know, it uses the redness in my face to an advantage, I guess you could say. I try to camouflage the darker, you know, where the capillaries are broken and that sort of thing. But overall, I think that, you know, I'm able to use my blush to help camouflage it even more, at least the lighter areas anyway. So there's that. Okay, now I did have this Real Techniques, this is like a little shader brush or a blender brush or something, setting brush it calls it. But I'm just gonna go into the Wet n Wild, yet again, another Wet n Wild product, but this is the Mega Glow Highlighter in, which one is this? Precious Petals. This is one of my all-time faves. And I have used it. You can see that it's almost getting that hard pan or whatever. I love this stuff. It's so pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that right there. I'm not gonna put it anywhere else because I think that I'm pretty luminous everywhere. I definitely avoid this area here. I'm just getting right on the border of it. I do like to come down my nose just a little bit on my chin, and a little bit just like that. That's all you need. That is all you need. You don't need a whole lot of that one. It's a pretty powerful one. So let me go in now. I'm just gonna take this brush that I've been using this whole time. I'm just gonna kind of go over, and I just wanna blend those products together, just like that. And just bring it on down. So for the most part, my face is pretty much done. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go in and I'm going to use my NYX Treasury. This is just a black liner from NYX. I've had it for forever. Let me see if I can open it up. It's one of those weird ones. Does it even, yeah, it twists up. So I'm just gonna kind of go in underneath a little bit right here in the corner, right in the edge of the lashes. Yep, that's all I want to do is just right there. Okay, then I'm going to go in to the edge of the lashes down here. I hope you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm just putting a little bit of product in. What I'll be able to do with this is when I go to blend it in with that burgundy color, it is going to smoke it out really good. So let's go into this one. I've learned, because I don't want to make my eyes look smaller, not to cover them completely. When you come all the way in, top and bottom, that's exactly what you're doing. You are making your eyes appear smaller. And I want my eyes to show because I have other things that I'm trying to camouflage. So I'm just gonna kind of go in with this. Drag some of that product in the lash line, just like that. Just in that corner. I don't have to bring it very far. Sorry I make these horrible faces. Okay, so that's all I'm really doing. You can see it's just really the corners. So what's gonna happen is now I'm going to take that same pencil brush that I was using, and I'm gonna go back into the palette, and the palette is going to be the same burgundy red color, and I'm going to just kind of swirl my, like somebody with hair. Okay, I'm gonna just go in with that, and I'm just gonna kind of smoke it out just a little bit. And by doing that, not only am I setting this, but I'm adding that pretty color in there with that black, and it just gives it a smokier look, you know. Okay. Now I'm getting a lot of it in my eye, but the good thing about it, it'll go away pretty quick. Okay guys, this is what I have. I just smoked out that lower lash line, and I pulled it out just a little bit, just enough to give the illusion of it being uplifted. And I'm just knocking off anything that might be fall out with this. And that's really all there is to it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and close this and put it away. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to give my brows just one little brush through, because I'm about to go in with a NYX, as I said, my NYX brow gel. This is in brunette. Yes, my hair is a little dark around the edges, but it's actually pretty blonde toward the tips, but this has been working, so I'm just gonna run this very carefully through there. It adds a little bit of color and staying power. So for me, those are good things, because my brows are crazy, especially right now. I'm not really sure what the deal is, but lately, I don't know if it's the way that I've been sleeping or what's been going on, but guys, my brows have been crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of leave them like that. This one is a little bit off, and so I'm probably gonna have to work on that, but for right now, I think it's gonna be okay. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. It's just one of those things where, you know, you just sort of have to like accept that they're not ever gonna be twins and possibly never sisters. So there's that. Okay, let me put that over here where it goes. Let's see what we have left. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to use a setting spray, and I'm going to be using the oldie but goodie, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set. This one is the makeup extender, it calls it, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this one, and I'm just gonna spray everything, and then I'll go in with my mascara. Okay, that's a really heavy spray too. Whew, goodness, that one's worse than the primer spray from Wet n Wild. I'm drowned. I don't know if you can see just how drowned I am, but I'm gonna dry it really fast. I'm not fancy. I don't have one of the little fans like Jacqueline, but you know, it is what it is. It worked, and I love the luminosity that my skin has, so I really do like that about the makeup. I think that it's great, especially for those of us with mature skin, because we can use all of the dewiness and the dewy look that we can get. And if you have really dry skin, you may be younger but you still have dry skin, this would possibly be a very good match for you. I just would not say that it's a good thing to mix with. I've got a hair. I would just say that if you are mixing it with some color correctors, maybe you need to do something that's not a cream base like I used, and go with definitely like an Urban Decay or something like that, or something that you can blend out totally, because it didn't like that. It didn't mix very well with that. But overall, I really like the way the skin looks. I think it looks really good. I'm just gonna go and put on some lashes. I'm going to use the Great Lash from Maybelline. It's an oldie but goodie as well. I've been saying that a lot today. But anyway, it has been around for years and years and years, and I really like it. Now, I do love the waterproof one, but I always wait to do this after I have sprayed my face, because if I'm not gonna use waterproof, then it's just gonna make it wet and it's gonna get down low, because I have long lashes on the bottom. So let me go put this on and I will be right back. Okay guys, I got my mascara on. I think that it looks pretty good. I'm not doing falsies, obviously. I mean, this is just, you know, an everyday kind of makeup look. I'm not, I mean, I'm just not, I'm not one to really use falsies anyway. I have plenty of. I'm interested in the magnetic liner or whatever, and the magnetic lashes from Ardell. I think that that might work. But I'm just terrible at eyeliner and lashes, and I just can't help it. I mean, I'm just terrible at it. Maybe I just got at it too old in the game. I don't know. But anyway, okay, let's go ahead and go in with this flower lipstick. It is in the number 060 Rouge Berry Cream, and it is a darker color, but I like berries, and we're just gonna have to see. I used having these pink colors on my eyes along with the red. I think that this might be complementary. So let's just go ahead. Let me get my mirror and look at it. Oh yeah, good. It's not near as intimidating as I thought it would be. I could have used a liner if I had chosen to, but no need. This is a pretty bright berry. Okay, guys, that is really nice. It's very smooth, very silky, and very comfortable on the lips so far. So that's it, guys. I am going to go now and fix my hair for the day. I think that it'll wear pretty decently. Next time I do my makeup, I'll try to update you on what I thought about it, because I'm going to continue using this makeup just to kind of see what happens. I've used Wet n Wild shadows that are much better than that. I was not crazy about it. I like the colors. I'm just not terribly crazy about the application with all that fallout. Of course, I do like all of the other products that I've used because I've had experience with them and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's my video, guys. I just wanted to do a long chatty kind of thing with you guys. I mean, obviously every one of my things are long and chatty, but I just wanted to try some new makeup. And I thought that Flower Beauty makeup was great to try because it was supposed to be so luminous, and I knew that would be good for mature skin. So if it wears well, it may be a new favorite. We're just gonna have to wait and see. The concealer, it's not creasing, it's not falling into my fine line so far, so I'm happy about that. I really like the smooth creaminess of this lip. I like that a lot. Of course, the other products are products that I've already had in my collection and love. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of go out from here, guys. I hope that you enjoyed watching, and I guess watching me make a fool of myself mostly. I am not a beauty guru. I am not a pro, that is for sure. I'm just someone who is your everyday person that likes makeup and likes to put makeup on and talk while I'm doing it, you know? So I do hope that you enjoyed watching. I hope that I helped to round out some other sounds. If nothing else, I entertained you while you were busy doing other things. But I do appreciate you watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel, I'd love for you to subscribe and become part of my YouTube family. I'm going to be doing lots of other videos. Hopefully some of them will be shorter, but if you like long videos, I guess I'm your girl. So anyway, that's going to be it. I hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend, wherever you are, and whenever I seem to get this thing loaded up, then you'll see it. And I hope that it's sooner rather than later. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.